Hello, this is Christos KANAVAS, PhD candidate from Department of Management, Science and Technology, University of Western Macedonia, Greece. This presentation contains the introduction, definition, the materials and methodology, results, and the conclusion. Introduction. Leadership is one of the most fundamental factors that determine the success or failure of an educational organization, and it is linked to the existence of an effective educational organization. According to Tarrant, a leader needs to be involved in educational progress, and his duty to create a healthy school environment that promotes quality learning. Empathy and moral solidarity, especially during or after a crisis, are linked to leadership. Cure agrees that leaders have an obligation to care for others, and that's a kind of obligation that is teachable. Definition of empathy. The term empathy was introduced in 1858 by the German philosopher Rudolf Lotzen as translation of ancient Greek words in and pathos, passion, emotion. Nowadays, scholars have attempted to define empathy either in terms of emotion or by adopting a more cognitive approach. Baron and Ohrid, 2004. This emotional approach focuses on the emotional response of the observer and the emotional state of the other, while cognitive theories argue that about empathy as understanding the emotion of others. According to Feshbach, empathy proposes the following condition. A. The ability to detect and recognize other emotional states. B. The ability to capture the role of the other. C. The provocation of a common emotion by a similar event. It is a fundamental value to develop empathy at school, as it facilitates, in addition to lesson performance, the maintenance of specific characteristics and virtues, self-knowledge and self-discipline, while creating understanding and respect for marginalized students. According to Carl Rogers, a high degree of empathy in the teacher-student relationship is probably the most powerful factor in learning. Definition of educational leadership. In the words of ancient Greek philosophers, it was pointed out that leader must have the appropriate education and experience in line with nature of role he is called to take part, as leadership is the power to manage or influence a team and your subordinates. In 21st century, a leading teacher is the key to ensure high quality and effective educational administration in schools. The main requirement is the possession of the theoretical knowledge, skills, and responsibilities to be able to adapt to the current educational management conditions. Models of educational leadership. Fields concept model. This model is based on the communicative interaction between the leader and the staff, aiming to improve and increase the leader's influence. Robert Howe's leadership goal-oriented model. This model emphasizes in motivating the subordinates through the organizational desires and goals. Peer models focus on teachers involved in decision-making. Culture models states that values and ideology of organizations are more important than the formal structure of an organization. As the school principal authority model gradually degrades, more attention is paid to participatory and democratic leadership that describes the administrative approach to joint decision-making. And at last, transformational leadership utilizes empathy, paves the way for fruitful negotiations, inspirations, focus, and common orientation among all other members of the school community. Materials and methods of this article. Representative sample. That study tested the responses of 70 primary school teachers of Western Macedonia region, Greece. This questionnaire includes 15 questions through the statistical package SPSS. The question structure. Google Forms was used to design the questionnaire in both Greek and English languages. Section 1, demographic questions, multiple choice questions. Section 2, explore the concept of empathy in content of leadership in education. Likert scale were graded 1 to 7. Materials and methods begins with development of questionnaire, define objectives, design a questionnaire, then data collection, sample question collection from teachers, primary school teachers, send questionnaire via email, and then data analysis, analyze the results and the conclusion. The results of this article, there was no statistical significant correlation between years of service in education and what extent do you consider that teachers' behavior can change after the motivation of the principal. In all answers, as very consider that the behavior of a teacher can change after the motivation of the principal. 24.3% of teachers, in particular 26.1% with 1 to 5 years of service, 20% with 6 to 10 years of service, 27.8% with 11 to 20 years of service, and 21.1% with more than 20 years of service. Relativity consider that behavior of a teacher can change after the motivation of the principal. 25.7% of teachers, and in particular 38.4% with 1 to 5 years of service, 40% with 6 to 10 years of service, 22 with 11 to 20 years of service, and 10.5% with more than 20 years of service. Finally, as far as the control of mean of values of two populations, simple dependent, is concerned, the results showed that there was a statistical significant difference in the level studies, specifically the education holders of only a degree compared to education holders of postgrad degree. That's it. At significant level of 1%, we can claim that first group believes that attitude of principal can affect the solution of problem among the teachers. Conclusion or remarks. The propositive model of transformational leader is the one that focuses most of the empathetic ability of the leader. Headmasters that increases the motivation for ethical, collaborative relationships between himself and the staff, inspire with his integrity in collaborative commitment and achievement of goals, risk-taking and belief in the desired outcome, always is a realistic context. In order to create cooperation between leadership and staff in decision-making, there must be empathy and communication activated by emotional intelligence and self-knowledge. Teachers consider 80% that the achievement of their teaching and administrative goals are greatly influenced by behavior of their headmaster. In all, the results show that teachers recognize the contribution of empathy to school management. Thank you.